Hello, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll tell you how was my flights to come to United States to work on board of cruise ship. First of all, to be very short, everything went wrong. The only thing that worked out was my luggage. Everything arrived how I dropped in my hometown. So this was completely fine, but the rest was like a disaster. First, I was so nervous, and when I went to do the check-in at the airport, because of course I couldn't do it my phone for some reason that I don't know, I went to the wrong company. So then they could not find my flights, and I was like, how come? How can't you find my flights? So then I showed the paper, and the girl said, oh, actually it's another company. Okay, so alright, check in, drop my luggage, blah blah blah. And then I went to wait for my first flight, and that's when the things started to really get wrong. My first flight got delayed, and because of that I missed the connection. I had 3 flights, just for you guys to know. So yeah, the second one I missed it, and what I did was I went to American Airlines, which was the company that I was flying, the international flight. And then I did everything with them. I had no extra fees, nothing, was completely fine. The only thing was that I had to wait 5 more hours for the next flight. But they did everything. Actually, the girl that did, she was super nice, because she finished her shift, but she was still taking care of me and 3 other people that lost the connection and was in the same flight to Miami. So she was just like great, you know. She found options and she worked really hard, and I can't really remember her name, but she was working with American Airlines at that time in São Paulo. Alright, so I got the flight. It took a long time. I think a temperature like 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that, and I arrived in Miami. When I arrived in Miami, I was a little bit concerned about my next flight, because the time was tight. So I was kind of rushing a little bit, but in the end that worked out. So the thing that did not work out in this case was the immigration, because when I went through the immigration, I had to go to that separate room where they double check if you're really going to work on board of cruise ship. So what they did was they called the Carnival Cruise Line and say, hey, I'm here with Julianne, can you just confirm that she's going to work with you guys, blah blah blah. And then yeah, someone that picked the phone up and answered said yes, I was going to join Carnival in Los Angeles, in Long Beach. So so they said everything good. So I spent about 15 minutes there, but yeah, this can happen. I think it's pretty normal, and I was one of them. So it took about 15 minutes, then I was good. I rushed to drop my luggage off, because I had to transfer my luggage, the checked one. So I rushed to do that. Then I went to my gate, and finally I took the last flight. And yeah, that was the whole trip. It took everything that I just mentioned, took about 24 hours basically, or so. I don't really remember, but it was like more than 1 day, and I got some sleep during this time, so I wasn't very tired. The only thing was my backpack was extremely heavy, because the backpack, they don't really weigh. So I put a lot of stuff in my notebook, is pretty heavy. So I was like dying. But besides that, even with all the problems that I had, I kept calm, because in these cases there's not much that you can do, you know. If you be stressed and you try to solve the problems in a rude way or like aggressive way, you know, like it makes the thing even harder. So I just calm it down. Problems happen, I try to be fine, you know. I was concerned a couple times. I was very sensitive. I cried a lot during this flight, because, you know, I left my parents, left my home, I left everything again, and this was hard. But yeah, guys, that was it. Very complicated to arrive in Los Angeles, but I got there, and yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye.